When you sell your home, you probably need to find a home to move into as well. This video is all about buying and selling at the same time. I also have a great free resource I put together, how to buy and sell at the same time with ease. You can download it in the description below. My name is Vilija Truelove. I'm a local Durham region real estate agent, and if you're moving to or within the Durham region or the surrounding areas, you can set up an appointment through my calendar link in the description below, or just send me a text or an email to start the process and see how I can help you buy or sell your home. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. So you're ready to trade up to a new home. And that means you're about to face the homeowner's dilemma of what to do first. Sell your current home first and then buy a new home, or buy your new home first and hope that your current home sells in a timely manner and for what you need it to sell for. It can be tricky since you don't want to end up with two mortgages for very long, and you also don't want to sell without having a place to go next. Here's how to avoid that catch-22 and how to figure out what will make the most sense in your situation. So first, you want to get ready and plan ahead. Timing is everything. You want to put yourself in the best possible position no matter what you decide. So start with some pre-planning. I tell my clients when you're buying and selling at the same time, try to reach out to me at least a few months before you're ready to move. It's possible to do everything on a whim. If that perfect house comes up and you didn't think that you would love it that much, but it will make everything just a little bit more stressful. You want to start by getting your home ready to sell. We can have the staging consultation even months in advance. This allows us to get a list of what needs to be done well before you're ready to put the house on the market. Things such as painting, changing out light fixtures, or maybe even some bigger jobs like flooring updates or new counters. You'll also want to tackle the home improvement projects so that your home looks welcoming and move-in ready to prospective buyers. If you get all of this done beforehand, even if you plan to buy first, we can move quickly to list your current home once you've purchased. You also want to start scoping out your current home's competition. It's always a great idea to check out similar homes to yours. It gives you a realistic idea of what's happening in the market to help you determine a competitive price. You can also put on your buyer's glasses to judge how these homes are showing, how they compare to yours, what you think buyers will like and not like. And then once the home sells, you have a great home to compare it to, and you haven't just seen the photos. Next important step, get pre-approved for a mortgage. Again, regardless of whether you buy or sell first, you want to take this step. You'll know how much you can afford, and you'll be able to move forward on buying a new home if your current one sells quickly, or purchase first based on what your home is expected to sell for. This is an amount you would get from your real estate agent. You'll also want to examine financing options. This is the time to talk to your lender about whether bridge financing, which is a short-term loan that bridges the gap between buying your new home and selling your current one, is something that you could be approved for. And of course, you'll want to know what that would cost you. This is something you would need if you're not able to close both properties on the same day. You can also explore whether my favorite investment strategy is an option for you. It involves keeping your current home as a rental and pulling out the equity to buy your new home. It does mean you'll be a landlord, and it's not a scenario that will work for everyone. But if it's an option, it's a great way to build wealth through real estate. Next, you want to take this time to really think about what you want and need in this next home. Typically, your move-up home is going to have a longer or maybe a more specific wish list. You've lived in your home for a while now. You know what you love and what you hate in a house. Really take this time to think about what you want in a neighborhood and in a home. It will help you be a more efficient and smart shopper. You won't waste time looking at homes that you can't afford or that don't meet your requirements. At the same time, you'll know to jump on it when the perfect house does come up. One other note, people sometimes ask me about contingency clauses. This is also the time to review the pros and cons of these clauses and how they fly in the current market. You can agree to sell your current home conditional on purchasing your new one, or agree to buy your new home conditional on selling your current home. In this current market, in the Durham region and the GTA in general, most sellers and buyers don't like these conditions and aren't likely to accept offers with them. If you're purchasing outside these areas, it's a possibility. Now, Deciding whether to buy or sell first. If you're buying and selling at the same time, one or the other has to happen first, even if it's only for a day or two. The first option, sell before you buy. Selling first is typically done when you must know what you'll get for your current house before buying the next one. If the numbers are tighter and it changes the purchase price of your new home, you really want a more firm idea of what your current home will sell for. It can also be the right option when you know there are a lot of home options that meet the criteria you're looking for in your new home. So if there are several different areas or neighborhoods that you'd consider, or if you're open to different styles of homes, and if your price point gives you a lot of different options, this is probably the right choice. Ideally, you'll ask for a longer closing when you get an offer in the 90 to 120 day range to give yourself time to find a new home and close on it. There are also options to add clauses to move the closing date if you find something quickly, if the buyer of your home is flexible with the closing date and agrees to the clauses. The pros of selling first: you won't be at a disadvantage at the negotiating table, feeling pressured to accept an offer that's maybe below market value because you have to meet a purchase deadline. You also know exactly how much money you have to put into your next home. There's no guessing as to what your final price will be for your current home. The cons: you may need to find interim housing, possibly finding a place to stay between homes if you can't find a new home that you love or that requires a longer closing. You might also feel more pressure to buy, and it might lead to rash decisions when looking for a new home. The other option is to buy before you sell. When the market favors sellers and buying is competitive, it can make the most sense to buy before you sell. This can also be the right option when the home that you're hoping to purchase doesn't come up that often. For example, maybe for your move-up home, you absolutely want the in-ground pool and the basement apartment. Or maybe you have to be in a certain neighborhood in that amazing school district where homes don't come up for sale as often. How this works is that we prep your home so that it's ready to go on the market very quickly after you find your next home. And if you're thinking of going this route, it's also very important to make sure that you're financially solid enough to do this. Again, based on how quickly homes are selling in your neighborhood, you'll hopefully get a longer closing to give yourself enough time to sell and close on your current home. The pros of buying first: you can search for a new home without any pressure. It doesn't matter if it takes 6 months to find the perfect home because there's no rush. The cons: you run the risk of having double mortgage payments or needing bridge financing if you can't close both homes on the same day. It's also possible that your current house will sell for less than you initially expected. The market could technically shift between the time you buy and the time you sell, leading to a lower sale price. There have been people caught in this situation before. 2017 comes to mind when the market was super hot. The government introduced new mortgage rules, including a stress test for uninsured borrowers, and the market changed literally overnight. It's actually not as far-fetched as you might think. So there's a lot to consider, and it's not going to be the same answer for everyone. You want to look at your situation, your finances, your dreams and desires for a home, and also your comfort level when deciding what makes the most sense for you. Whatever option you choose, you still need to coordinate 2 major transactions in a short period of time. But also, don't feel like you need to figure this all out on your own. That's what I'm here for. Reach out to me well before you want to move so that we can talk through the options and what the best path forward is for you. The best way to go about this for you might not be the same way your friend or your neighbor has done it. We'll focus on you, your goals, and your financial situation to create a solid plan that will get you from where you are to where you want to go next. Reach out with any questions or to start the move-up process. Thanks so much for watching.